So really quick, I want to uh, talk about two things. First, about the Templars, as I started to mention in the PTS little overview that I was doing earlier. Um, these buffs that they just gave the Templars are actually really good, and I'm glad they did this. And I should have had the thread up where I asked for buffs like this. But what the Templars got is the a change to backlash, and that the morph will now retain 50% of the damage dealt, and it will scale with the weapon and spell damage. Thankfully, finally, and hopefully, it won't be the scaling won't be so high that like you can't even achieve the weapon and spell damage required to get a good amount of damage out of it. But this is what I had asked for, and um, I want to go to that thread that I created. But before I do that, let's just talk about quickly again the armor changes because this ties into what I want to say about hybrids. Now, so the agility passive on medium armor and the concentration passive on light armor, dexterity or I think that's medium armor again. These passives has been changed so that now they give you both magicka and stamina damage stats, and that's great. Sorry, there's an interruption. I'm back on track now. So that would be great for um, not just hybrid characters, but for whatever. Let's say whatever you want to play. Basically, if you want to have more, um, really, there's another adjustment that they should make to it to make it perfect, where medium armor is mostly for mobility and light armor is for damage. But they're getting there. This is a step in the right direction still. But you want to do um, use magic and medium armor, you can now. So that's great. But um, yeah, so on top of that, there was some discussion on a forum about the changes that were happening with Pelinal. I always say that wrong. Pelinal's aptitude, and it's changed to Pelinal's wrath, and it no longer copies the higher of your weapon or spell damage to your other opposite stat. Instead, it just does something completely different. And I've said that many times that all it really needed was to have a um, an additional fifth piece bonus to really make it worth using, in my opinion. But apparently, there's a lot of people on the forum who really have this. I don't know. This set has like a special place in their hearts. They just really are disappointed. But the thing is, what's getting me though is they're talking as if hybrids are dead or they just can't play hybrids because of this set is no longer what it was. And I'm like, man, I've been um, playing a hybrid character since was it Greymore? That's when I think I made my first one in Greymore, and I think at the time all I had was Pneumo and Acolyte and Shacklebreaker, and I don't think um, yeah, I didn't even like Pelinals back then, and I still really don't like it. And and that was like I said, since Greymore, that was before even some recent changes that made hybrids even more viable. Like Altmer didn't even have weapon damage then, they only had spell damage as a bonus. So it was for me to have a high elf hybrid, instead of a dark elf even, that was putting myself at a further advantage. But I was still doing it, and I wasn't killing a bunch of people or anything like that. But I was playing, I was doing okay. Um, had some wins, one v ones in Cyrodiil. Even almost had a um uh almost one versus two, but they were pretty stam meta builds, and they were coordinated. So I eventually lost that battle, but anyway, uh, even with those drawbacks, I was still doing okay. So I don't really understand this talk from people that you know this set is almost like the go-to set for hybrids, and nothing else can compete. So I just don't get that. But that's what that's the way everybody's acting. So um, yeah, I understand that you could probably get more damage out of Pelinals. You could probably get more damage out of it, possibly. But and you could probably even get a better setup. You could probably do a better defensive and offensive setup with Pelinos. And so, okay, so since I'm getting interrupted a lot, I'm just going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
No, no, this can't be. They've captured the relic. Cross fingers on that one. The relic is in hand. We must get the relic. We need that relic.
They secured the relic. relic. The relic. Do the hands wither? We must get the relic back. A fruitful move. We picked up the relic.